Does your TV sound a little more muffled lately, like the dialogue is hiding under a blanket? Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have a calm, practical evening ritual built from 3 ordinary kitchen seeds and one tiny 5-minute habit that many people say makes their nights quieter and their mornings easier. I'm Michael Harris, and for more than 30 years, I've helped older adults take kinder care of their health, including the parts we don't always talk about, like the ears that carry the soundtrack of your life. Tonight isn't about magic or miracle cures. It's about small choices you can make after dinner that support comfort, clarity, and a softer glide into sleep. Let's set the scene. The sun is sliding behind the rooftops. The kettle is humming. You found your favorite chair, and the remote is exactly where you left it. You press play and the voices on the screen feel a touch fuzzy. If that sounds familiar, you're in good company. As we move past 60, the tiny sensors of the inner ear and the nerves that carry sound to the brain can use a little extra kindness. Food won't flip a switch, and it doesn't replace devices or care you already use, but the right nutrients can be a steady hand on the shoulder. Think of this video like a neighbor dropping by with a simple idea for a cozier evening. First, a plain English snapshot of how hearing works. Your inner ear is a garden of microscopic hair-like sensors that dance when sound waves arrive. Those movements turn into electrical messages that travel along nerves. Imagine insulated wires carrying a melody to your brain. With time, stress, and everyday wear, those sensors can get touchier, and the insulation on the nerves may do its job a bit less crisply. We can't turn back the clock, but we can give this system friendlier conditions, gentler blood flow, membranes that stay smooth and flexible, and calmer evenings with less static. That's the heart of tonight's plan. Before we get practical, I want to plant one seed of curiosity and keep it open until later. There is a tiny 5-minute habit you can do right before bed that gives your ears a real rest. People tell me it's the part of this routine they end up loving most. I'll walk you through it toward the end, and we'll do it together. For now, keep it in the back of your mind, 5 minutes that change the tone of your night. Now let's visit the pantry and meet our 3 helpers. You don't need all of them at once. Tonight, you'll choose just one. The first is the humble pumpkin seed, also called pepitas. They're small, green, and when they're unsalted and lightly toasted, they bring a gentle, satisfying crunch without the nighttime thirst that chips can kick up. Pumpkin seeds carry minerals that help tiny muscles and blood vessels relax into a comfortable rhythm. If your auditory system were a porch light connected by slim wires, those minerals are part of the toolkit that helps keep the electricity steady, so the bulb glows instead of flickers. Here's exactly what to do. Pour a small handful, think what sits neatly in your palm, of unsalted pumpkin seeds into a dry pan. Toast over medium heat for 2 or 3 minutes, just until they smell warm and nutty. If you like, add a whisper of cinnamon. Slide them into a little bowl and eat slowly. Really chew until they almost melt. Pair them with a few slices of orange or apple and a glass of plain water. It's simple, it's gentle, and for many people, it's enough to satisfy the "I want something crunchy" feeling without the heavy salt that can leave ears and body feeling puffy and restless later. A friendly caution: if you watch your blood pressure, choose unsalted seeds and keep the portions small. If you have any seed allergies, of course, this option isn't for you. Let me tell you about George, age 72. He loves a bowl of soup after dinner. He started sprinkling a spoonful of pumpkin seeds on top. He noticed 3 things. He chewed more thoroughly, he drank more water, and the TV felt less harsh at the edges. That's not a guarantee. It's one person's experience, but it matches what many viewers report when they trade a salty snack for a small bowl of pepitas. In a few moments, I'll share a checklist you can keep on your coffee table so you don't have to remember all of this while the show is on. Stay with me. Stay. The second seed is the one that screams movie theater, but we're going to use the grown-up version, shelled, unsalted sunflower kernels. These bring plant oils and antioxidants that help protect thin, delicate membranes. Think of them like a gentle polish that lets a violin string vibrate smoothly. Your inner ears, hair like sensors, and the nerve covering that insulates sound signals both appreciate that kind of smoothness. Here's the evening move. Measure a small palmful of sunflower kernels and mix them with something juicy and fresh. Diced cucumber or a few halved cherry tomatoes work perfectly. Take a sip of lukewarm water. The water choice matters. Very cold drinks can feel jarring at night, while warm or room temperature tends to go down softer. Now, eat the mix slowly. Notice how the freshness of the vegetables takes the edge off any keep-grabbing urge. And notice your mouth afterward. No salty scratch, no desert dry tongue. If you take anticoagulants or have been told to limit high doses of vitamin E or oils, be conservative with portions and check with your care professional if you're unsure. If any seeds cause reactions for you, skip them. There are other ways to build a soothing evening. This reminds me of Mary, who keeps a small flower-shaped bowl on her coffee table. Around 7, she fills it with unsalted sunflower kernels. She lowers the TV volume by 2 clicks first, then eats. She told me that tiny order, turn volume down, then snack, made her ears exhale. It's a small behavioral cue we'll use again later. Our third seed is littler than both of the others and needs a special note, flax. Brown or golden, flax seeds are rich in plant-based omega oils that support flexible cell membranes and comfortable blood flow. But there's a catch. Whole flax seeds usually cruise right through your system. For your body to truly use them, they need to be ground. Think of it like making tea. You grind to let the goodness out. Here's how to do it so your evening feels good. Grind a small amount, just enough for the next couple of days, in a clean coffee grinder or buy pre-ground flax and keep it in the fridge to stay fresh. Stir 1 tablespoon into half a cup of plain yogurt or unsweetened applesauce. Add a pinch of cinnamon or a drop of vanilla if you like. Eat slowly. When you're done, gently rinse your mouth and sip a little water. Tiny flecks can hide between teeth, and a clean mouth rests better overnight. If reflux visits you sometimes, try taking flax earlier in the evening, not right before bed, and keep the spoonful small. If you're on anticoagulants or you have gallbladder concerns, flax may still be fine in modest amounts, but check your plan with your care team and listen to your body. Let's pause for a breath and talk about a feeling many people share but don't always say out loud, the evening edge. Heavily salted snacks can draw in extra water and leave you dry-mouthed and restless. Extra sugar can make your heart beat a little louder, and some folks hear that as a whoosh in the ear when the room gets quiet. The seeds we're using are kitchen tools that offer crunch and comfort without those extremes. They won't treat a medical condition, and they don't replace hearing aids, medication, or therapy your clinician recommended. They're companions you invite into the routine you already have. Here's a simple checklist you can try tonight. First, before you even reach for a bowl, pick up the remote and lower the TV volume by 2 clicks. It's a message to your ears. We're going softer now. Second, choose one seed, just one, from pumpkin, sunflower, or ground flax. Third, put a small portion in a real bowl, not your hand and not straight from the bag. This tiny trick helps your brain notice when you're satisfied. Fourth, sit so your back is supported and your shoulders drop away from your ears. Keep your jaw loose. That relaxed jaw actually changes how sound bounces around in your head. Fifth, pair your seeds with a fresh element or a simple warm drink. Oranges or apples with pumpkin, cucumbers or tomatoes with sunflower, warm herbal tea with flax. Sixth, when you finish, we'll do the 5-minute habit together. I didn't forget. We're getting close. Let's troubleshoot a few common worries. Aren't seeds too heavy at night? They can be if they're salted, eaten mindlessly, or shoveled quickly. Tonight, we're keeping portions small, chewing well, and adding water. That trio makes a big difference. Won't this take too long? Not really. Toasting pepitas takes 2 to 3 minutes. Mixing sunflower kernels with cucumber takes 30 seconds. Stirring ground flax into yogurt takes about the same. Do these foods cure hearing problems? Number, they create friendlier conditions for the systems you already have, and they help many people avoid evening habits that make nights louder and mornings harsher. Keep using any tools or therapies your care team recommended. Think of this as polishing the rails so the train you're already on runs smoother. I want to offer a small experiment you can try for 1 week. Keep a pen and notepad near your chair. Each evening, choose one seed and make your small bowl. After you eat, set a timer on your phone for 30 minutes. When it chimes, jot down 2 quick notes. How did your ears feel following dialogue tonight? Easier, harder, the same? And did you wake later feeling parched, calm, or somewhere in between? Over a week, those 6 or 7 quick notes will teach you more about your own patterns than any one video. If writing isn't your thing, use a voice memo. Your future self will thank you. You might be wondering about surprising side benefits. Here's one I hear about often enough that it's worth sharing. Fewer nighttime leg cramps. Not for everyone and not all the time, but for many people, the same nutrients that support nerves related to hearing are involved in the comfort of leg muscles at night. When muscles are less jumpy, you toss and turn less. Fewer sudden position changes can mean fewer abrupt pillow jolts to the ears. Again, this isn't a promise. It's a pattern some folks notice when they add a small evening portion of seeds and pay attention to hydration and salt. If you try this and feel a difference, tell us in the comments. You'll help someone else. Now, let's return to the tiny habit I teased earlier, the one that protects your ears while you sleep. Right after your small bowl of seeds and your warm drink, turn the TV off. Put your phone face down. Set a simple timer for 5 minutes. Sit as you are, back supported, shoulders down, jaw easy, and let your room be as quiet as it can comfortably be. If pure silence feels intense, allow the faint hum of a fan or the softest sound in your home. Breathe through your nose and let your tongue rest gently against the roof of your mouth. Those 5 minutes are not about meditation awards or perfect posture. They're a message to your ears and your nervous system. We have listened to the world all day. Now we're dimming the lights in the harbor. Many people tell me this pause makes it easier to fall asleep and less overwhelming to wake to morning sounds. You can consider it an audio cool down, the way you'd cool down after a walk. It costs nothing and gives the whole system a break. Let's put everything into 3 ready-to-use evening plans. If you choose the pumpkin path, think green and calm. Toast a small handful of unsalted pepitas. Add a hint of cinnamon if that makes you smile, and pair with orange slices and a glass of water. Eat slowly. Notice if dialogue feels easier to follow when your jaw stays soft. If you choose the sunflower path, think gentle polish. Measure a small palmful of kernels. Mix with diced cucumber or a few cherry tomatoes, and take a sip of lukewarm water between bites. If you usually crave salt, pay attention to whether this combo quiets that urge without leaving you parched. If you choose the flax path, think smooth zipper. Stir 1 tablespoon of freshly ground flax into plain yogurt or unsweetened applesauce. Add a pinch of vanilla if you like, and rinse your mouth after. If reflux visits you, take this an hour or 2 before bed and stay upright while you enjoy it. In every case, finish with the 5-minute quiet window. That is your ritual's anchor. If you manage diabetes, measure your portions and pair seeds with produce rather than crackers. The fiber and fats in seeds can help you feel satisfied without big swings, but modest amounts are the key. If you take anticoagulants, or you've been told to be cautious with oils or vitamin E, keep portions small and check with your clinician if you're uncertain. If you live with high blood pressure, choose unsalted seeds. And if at any point your body says, "This doesn't feel good," listen. The best habits are kind and sustainable, not forced. I want to circle back to that cozy kitchen moment. Remember Joan, who used to patrol the pantry for a crunchy snack? She set a little bowl of seeds by her chair instead. The surprise for her wasn't just hearing the TV more comfortably. It was how her evenings felt, less fidgety, more like a gentle glide toward bed. She found herself turning the volume down 1 extra click and noticing the softness of a character's voice rather than straining for it. That's what we're aiming for, not perfection, not silence, just steadier nights and kinder mornings. Let's do a minute together to make this real. Wherever you are, lower your screen's volume by 2 notches. If you have water nearby, take a sip. Unclench your teeth, let your shoulders drop, and notice your breath moving in and out. Imagine your inner ear as a small harbor at dusk. Boats, the sounds of your day, are tying up. The docks are those delicate sensors. The harbor master is the auditory nerve, sending final messages to the lighthouse of your brain. You don't control the whole weather, but you can smooth the edge of the harbor, dim the lamp a little, and give the harbor master a warmer coat. That's what tonight's ritual is, a small act of hospitality for an organ that's worked for you since morning. A quick word on expectations. Food works slowly. Habits settle in over weeks, not days. If you try this routine tonight and wake tomorrow feeling exactly the same, that doesn't mean it isn't working for you. It means you're watering the house plant. Keep watering. Look for the quieter wins. Less nighttime thirst. Fewer jolting ads that make you wince. A little more patience following dialogue. A slightly easier time drifting off. If you notice any of those, you're on the right track. Keep using any hearing support or devices you already have. Seeds and 5 minutes of quiet are helpers, not replacements. This video is for education only and doesn't replace medical advice from your clinician. Before we wrap, I'd love to hear from you. What do you reach for after dinner? Sweet, salty, or crunchy? Tell me in the comments with one word. If you're trying the pumpkin path tonight, type pumpkin and tell us how you toasted them. If sunflower is your style, write sunflower and share your favorite fresh pairing. If you're going the flax route, type flax and let everyone know whether you're team yogurt or team applesauce. Your idea might be exactly the nudge someone else needs to find their rhythm. Let's land this evening with the plan in one breath. Lower the volume a couple of clicks, choose one seed, keep the portion small and the pace slow, pair it with water and something fresh if you like, then give your ears 5 minutes of real rest before bed. That's it. Simple, kind, repeatable. If this spoke to you, share it with a friend who could use a softer night. And if you want more practical routines like this, habits that respect the way our bodies change and help us enjoy the evenings we already have, subscribe and stick around. Tomorrow will bring plenty of sound. Tonight, you've earned a quieter harbor.